All right, boys. The third and final preseason game has concluded. The Seattle Seahawks once again lost. However, today was a bearable loss, 26 to 27 against the Dallas Cowboys. Kind of an unfortunate ending. I would have liked to see Drew Lock go in there instead of Jacob Eason coming in, and Jacob Eason did nothing on the first drive, turned the ball over, and then turned the ball over again. So he got 3 drives and did absolutely nothing. I would have liked to see Drew Lock go out there. I mean, you're trying to give him an opportunity to see if he should start. Give him an opportunity to see if he can win you a game. With like 4 minutes left or 2 minutes or however much was left when we threw Jacob Eason in. But overall, wasn't a bad game. I think I still want Drew Lock to be the starter. He may have had, I mean, you look at the stats over here, he may have had a pretty bad day. I mean, 3 interceptions, 13 for 24. I mean, he did not have a fantastic day today, but like watching him was entertaining. Watching Geno Smith and Jacob Eason in last week's Bears game, I think it was. Oh my God, it was unbearable. But like watching Drew Lock is kind of fun because yeah, he might throw an interception where he's staring straight into the defender's eyes, basically making love with him and then throwing it right to him. But he can also throw an absolute dime to Penny Hart right over the shoulder of a corner. I mean, it's kind of you have that really low ceiling and that really low floor and that really high ceiling. I think Drew Lock is just a more entertaining option. And for a team that's not going to be good regardless, I mean, who cares if Geno Smith is going to win us like 2 more games? Oh, my God. I want to watch Drew Lock. I want to have fun watching the football games. I mean, we're not going to have success anyway. But overall, I mean, Drew Lock led 5 scoring drives, I believe. It was field goal, touchdown, touchdown, field goal, I think. Uh, Geno Smith, he had 1 drive, led to a field goal. Not a bad drive for him. He had one play which I thought was really stupid, where it was kind of Charles Cross's fault, but Geno Smith really ran directly into the guy that had kind of got past Charles Cross instead of running away from him. Kind of confusing, but only 1 sack given up today. It was a pretty good day for the offensive line, which is nice. I like seeing how well the offensive line has done throughout this preseason. But by God, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer. Uh, we got some solid running backs on this team. DJ Dallas has done fantastic throughout the preseason. Travis Homer has done pretty gosh darn good. He had one play on 4th down where he threw a massive block. It didn't really do much because you're going against like a defensive lineman, but then he gets back up and he goes to the flat where he's supposed to, and he ends up finishing the play, getting the 1st down on 4th down, which is really good play by him. But DJ Dallas, I mean, 13 carries, 75 yards, a touchdown. He was doing very, very good. Cade Johnson came in late in the game. He was making a couple plays. I really want to see Cade Johnson used more. It's kind of unfortunate that he only seems to come in with like 10 minutes left in the fourth. Derek Young, once again, is like our leading receiver. But I think that when DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett come back in when the regular season starts, and probably Marquise Goodwin as well, we'll have a pretty good passing game because, you don't really see the receivers getting open or winning 50-50 balls. I mean, you throw the ball up to DK, there's a decent shot that he wins it. I mean, you saw with Tyler Lockett early on in the game. He can get open. He can absolutely cook some corners. So I kind of have faith in our passing game when we have our starters in when it comes to wide receivers. But on the offensive side, I still want Drew Lock to start, even though he has performed technically worse. He's scored way more points in his, 3 quarters of play than Geno Smith has had in his 5 quarters of play. I mean, I think Geno Smith total has scored 13 points. Drew Lock has scored 30, 30 something. But the offensive line did well, and that's something that I think is a good thing to see throughout preseason. That's probably the best thing we could hope for. But defensively, quite a few guys did pretty well. I mean, Miles Adams throughout the entirety of the preseason has been fantastic. Alton Robinson had some solid plays today, but my God, today was the day for Michael Jackson. He put on the one white glove and touched some kids. My God, Michael Jackson was having a day today. He had a lot of pass breakups. He was making some really solid plays. I mean, he kind of got us the ball back, with the 3rd and 11 pass deflection, but then immediately we turn it over. But he was making plays. Michael Jackson, Mike Jackson, I'm calling him Michael, but dude, he had a game today. He was making some tackles. He was making some pass deflections. He was making plays just overall. Joel DeBlanco, he had some plays too. I don't know like if he has a solidified spot on the roster, but he was making some plays. He was making a lot of tackles. He was basically everywhere. You saw him going to the ball every single play, and that hit that they called like roughing, like unnecessary roughness or whatever they called it when it was a helmet to helmet. Just give him that. That's a great play. Uh, there were a lot of penalties called this game, which I mean I guess kind of were warranted, but it really kind of made the game annoying. We also saw Tariq Woolen had it doesn't show it here, but he had a pretty good play of coverage. But Kobe Bryant had a ball just bonk him in the back of the head. But overall, the defense, even though we gave up 27 points, played better than I think that we've played in the other two preseason games. You know, when it came to tackling, we still had a lot of issues with not tackling, not finishing plays, but more often than not, we were making tackles better than we were early on in the preseason. But yeah, Miles Adams has done great throughout the entirety of the preseason. Vi Jones he had a couple pressures today, I think. But my God, today was the day for Michael Jackson. He had a really good day today, and I really think that he has solidified his spot on the roster. He might even be that corner 3 spot. He might become the starter. I mean, Tariq Woolen, I want to just see him thrown into the fire because why not? But if he struggles, I mean, Mike Jackson could easily be a starter on the other side of Sidney Jones because, what's his name? Artie Burns did not look great today, and he was going against, like, second stringers. So I think Mike Jackson could be the guy that we play on that other side of Sidney Jones. But overall, we may have lost, but I think it was enjoyable. I enjoyed watching us lose today, you know, and that wasn't something that happened last week. Last week when we lost to the Bears and it was just Geno Smith sucking, and then you had Jacob Eason sucking a little bit less, but still overthrowing every single thing, and we just got absolutely dominated by the Bears. I wanted to just give up and go to sleep halfway through the game. But this game, you know, even though Drew Lock would throw like the worst interception of his life, and then make a great touchdown pass, make another great pass, and then the second worst interception of his life. It was more fun to watch. That's why I think Drew Lock should be the starter for this year. But, you know, Drew Lock, I'd say he had 1.5 interceptions today. You know, the one that he tried to target Dwayne Eskridge. Dwayne Eskridge played today. Kind of interesting. He had a couple plays. He had a good punt return. He had like one catch, and then he had the play where it was an interception. He should have come back to the ball and like tried to actually go towards the ball, but he like fell back and just let the corner get the interception. So I'd say that's a 50% blame on Drew Lock. One of his interceptions was completely not on him. The other one was completely horrible. So I say he had a touchdown and 1.5 interceptions, you know. But overall, not the worst game. I have solidified my betting strategy for the year of betting against the Seattle Seahawks every single game. And if we win, I'm happy. If we lose, I make money. And that's what I did today. You know, made a couple bucks. But, you know, we lost to the Cowboys. We lost in the preseason. 0-3 in the preseason, baby. We're in regular season form. We're looking good. I can almost guarantee that Geno is going to be the starter going into the season, which sucks because, you know, Drew Lock obviously made a lot of mistakes throughout preseason. But, come on. He's way more fun to watch. But I guess we'll see what happens in this next, 2-week span. We'll see who gets cut. We'll see who stays. An interesting thing. What was it? Josh Jackson or Josh from last year. There was a running back that we had on the team last year in the preseason that did really well, but he just did not play whatsoever this year. I saw someone mention that on Twitter or Instagram, and I was just really thinking, like, I remember his name from last preseason, but he didn't do anything. So there's probably going to be some guys getting cut that didn't even get a shot throughout preseason, which kind of sucks for them. But, you know, what can you do? But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this game. We may have lost all 3 preseason games, but honestly, the preseason games that Drew Lock played, I had way more fun watching, so I think Drew Lock should be the quarterback. But let me know down below in the comments what you think about everything. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. And with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.